Hey there fellow musician, welcome back to another video, and in today's video I'm going to show you guys how to use Orion. This is a mix bus plugin by Cradle. This plugin emulates how Jaycen Joshua mixes his drum bass. But the reviews I see is just people just twisting knobs, pressing buttons and hoping for the best. And I don't want you guys to do the same thing. You don't want to just twist knobs and hope for the best. What you need to do is to understand what's going on under the hood, because this plugin doesn't have a manual. Honestly, I searched online, searched the website, everything. I couldn't find the manual. So the best thing to do is to understand how Jaycen Joshua used to mix his drum bass before creating this plugin. So what I'm going to do today is to go under the hood and show you guys step by step everything. So this is going to be a long video. Grab your cup of coffee, whatever your favorite drink is, and just sit back and watch this video. And I have an important question for you towards the end of this video. Make sure that you answer the question truthfully, okay? But we'll talk about that later on. So let's talk about the drive. The drive is basically like 8 different NLS plugins. So what Jaycen Joshua would do is to add 8 different NLS plugins to add some depth to the drums. So the first insert will be the mic desk with a 0.5 dB of drive and then with no noise. And then the second one would be the mic, which is an SSL emulation, no drive, but some noise. So the ones that follow up will all have noise. I think that's a trick he learned from Dave Pensado. Dave Pensado always has white noise playing at a lower volume to add character to his drums. So the third one would be the mic again with just noise, no drive. And then the fourth one, same thing, would be the mic with noise and no drive. Same thing with the fifth one, or the fifth one will also be the mic as well. And then the sixth one will be the spike, which is the SSL emulation with noise as well. And then the seventh one would be the Nivo, which is a NIF desk emulation with a bit of trim just to compensate the volume, since all those plugins will add more volume. So you want to decrease some volume. And then the final one would be the mic again with noise as well. The drive section is emulating all these NLS plugins. Okay. Some videos that I see online will recommend you to pan so that you can compensate, because these plugins will make the right channel a bit heavier than the left channel. I would advise against that, because that's the sound that you're going for. So don't compensate with panning. Like if I play the drums and then let's disengage everything and just engage the NLS plugins. As you can see, the right hand side is a little bit heavier than the left hand side. That's okay, don't compensate for that. And then on the harmonic sections, it's just the R bass. Okay, it's just the R bass at 80. You can play around with this, but Jaycen Joshua, 90% of the time, he says he has this at 80. And then the compressor here, it's the shadow hill. And the shadow hill, as you can see, it's at, if you click here, it's around 90%. So if we check on the plugin as well, you see at 90%. Everything is emulating how Jaycen Joshua used to mix his drum bass. And then this AB is just simply between steel and iron. Okay. And then the lift section is basically the black box. The black box, by the way, is also at around 80%. And then after the black box, you will have a gate effect. So on the plugin, I don't see the gate effect here. I don't know why. And then after the gate, you will have a Pro Q3 just to reduce some of that boominess in the sub frequencies. And then he also has a spiff. The spiff is just optional. It's also like the Spectre. This harmonic EQ is emulating the Waves Factory Spectre. I don't have that plugin, but it's not compulsory, it's optional. So you can choose to add more harmonic EQ if you want, or you can choose not to. So this is optional. That's why even when you engage the plugin, you'll see that this is always not engaged. It's always turned off because it's optional. And the spiff as well is also optional. I also don't see that in the plugin. I don't know why. And then let's talk about the parallel processing. The parallel processing is a bit different from how Jaycen Joshua used to mix his plugin, because Jaycen Joshua has the sub, as you can see here. The plugin has the subsection. The subsection is basically a Pro Q EQ that just focuses on the sub frequencies. Nothing special, just that. And then the Transformer 1 and Transformer 2 are not available in the plugin. The plugin, they chose a different approach: low, loud, and grid. Since I don't have the manual, I'm just guessing that the low adds low frequencies, the loud makes your drums a bit louder, and then the grid, I'm guessing this is just saturation. And then let me show you how Jaycen Joshua used to add more transient in the top end and for the kick drum. These are parallel processors. The sub, the Transformer 1 and Transformer 2. So let's check this out. Don't worry, I'll give you guys the before and after of everything. So don't stress about that. And for the sub, we won't AP the sub. The sub is simply explanatory, so we'll skip that. The Transformer, this is the source, guys. This is why I'm disappointed that this is not available in the plugin. Remember, I have an important question for you guys later on, right? So stick with me. And then also have a SSL drum pass, and then we also have distortion just in the upper frequencies. And then finally, we have an EQ. This adds transients in the top end. So Transformer 1 adds transients in the top end. Check this out. So now what I'm going to do is to mute the kick, and then I need you to just listen to the top end, how this adds more transients in the top end. Check this out. So this is without. As you can hear, this takes your drums to the next level. And then Transformer 2 adds more transients to the lower mid-range up to the top end. So this is great for the kick. Check this out. So obviously I'm just exaggerating everything so that you guys can be able to tell the difference like easily. So it's still the same thing. We have the decap, and then we have this spliff, and then we have a harmonic exciter, and then finally we have the EQ. That's Transformer 1 and Transformer 2. So if your drums are lacking more transients, this is what you use to add more transients to your drums, just to get that punch and knock for your drums. So I don't see that in the plugin, which is something else. Maybe this is why I'm saying this plugin is confusing, because you can't find a manual just to understand what's going on with these parallel processes. Okay, so this is how Jaycen Joshua used to do his parallel processing. All I can see in the plugin is just the sub. What I'm going to do is to use the shadow heal just to gain stage. So the first thing that you need to do is to gain stage. You have to make sure that you are hitting this compressor at around -1 dB. So as you can see, we're a little bit hot, which is fine. Once you have this at -1 dB, then you're good to go. So let's check out the drum pass with and without all this processing. This is without the parallel processing, by the way. So you can hear how powerful these drums have become. So that's what this plugin is trying to emulate. So let's try the plugin. So obviously, because I have the gain staging right, the gain staging on the plugin should automatically be the same. As you can see on the compressor, we are hitting the plugin way too hot, so I'll compensate that with the input. So somewhere around here. And then what I want to do now is to compare this plugin with the manual processing. So So everything is more or less the same, and as you can hear, I prefer the manual way because I have full control of everything. But even with the plugin, you can hear that the results are almost the same. So you guys will choose whether you want to use the plugin or you want to copy all the settings that I showed you. So with the processing, remember we have the 8 NLS channels, we have the ARP base, we have the shadow hill compressor, we have the black box, and then for the gate you can use any gate that you want. And then finally we have the Pro Q3. So you guys can choose what you want to use. Now the question that I have for you guys is, which processing sounds better, the manual way or the plugin? Let's check this out again so that you guys can compare the results. And then this is the plugin. So you guys tell me what you prefer. Obviously, I prefer the manual way because I have full control of everything and every process, and I still have advantage of the transformer and transformer 1 sub and transformer 2. So in the comments, please be truthful. Don't feel tempted to favor my choice over the plugin. If you like the plugin, then just say that you like the plugin. If you like the manual way where you have flexibility and full control, then do that as well. One thing I forgot to mention is that there's also a standard clip on the drum and bass bus. So as you can hear, this processing just sounds amazing. By the way, guys, I want to thank you all for supporting my previous video. My previous video is doing very well. So if you are interested in checking out Neutron 5, please check out my previous video. It's doing really well. As you can see, the other ones are doing horrible in terms of numbers, but this one is doing very well. So thank you everyone for supporting. If you haven't checked out that video, please do so. Check it out. It's called Isotope Neutron 5 Pro Mixing Secrets That You Need to Know. So check it out. That's it for today's video. I hope you found this video useful and you learned a lot. If there's anything that you guys want me to explain or go through, please let me know and I'll do that. So take good care of yourself. Cheers.